G'day guys and welcome back to another 32 builds video. In the last episode I was able to finish up most of the hidden rust on the right side of the firewall and cowl area. It was a massive job, so be sure to check out that video if you haven't already. In this episode I'll be working on getting the cowl back on the car. This is one of the final stepping stones in getting the front end of the car done. Once it is done though, we'll be hitting a major milestone with this build. The worst of the hidden rust will be dealt with. Then we can work on getting the motor back in the car as well as all the restored running gear. Alrighty, let's get into it. To start off with, there's a couple patch pieces I have to put in before working on the cowl piece itself. This bonnet hinge has seen better days. It's easy enough to make a new one altogether, but it doesn't have to look beautiful as it's hidden under the exterior panel. I'm gonna make up a couple support pieces and beef it up. My welds could be prettier, but rather than grinding it down, I'll leave it a bit beefy and seal it up from both sides using some seam sealer. I'll then mask up areas that I need exposed to weld the cowl on and then put on a layer of paint for extra protection. The stuff I'm using is rubberized sound deadening spray. Too much all over the car can pack on quite a lot of weight, but I'm not too fussy about that kind of stuff, and it does make the car sound a bit more solid when going over bumps. had to do a lot of thinking in terms of how I'm going to attack this. There was a lot of back and forth, putting panels on, taking them off, before I started the first worlds. I also had to be a bit creative with these bonnet hinge holes. They needed a slight lip to seat the rubber bump stops. As you can see here, the cowl didn't end up lining up perfectly with my previous repairs. I'll add a couple strips of sheet metal just to make it line up to the right height. In the end though, I was extremely happy with how everything lined up together. The bonnet and the fenders have a little bit of play when bolting them up, so I'm positive that I'll get everything looking schmicko in the end. A skim of body filler will really hide these repairs nicely in the end, but I'll do that when I start on cleaning up the engine bay. So the cowl is on, finally, and in the next episode we can finally start on shaving the engine bay. I really want to get the running gear back in the car before I start work on the door seals and the rear quarter panels. That way I won't have the car on the floor or on jack stands. Again, thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Also, leave a like and subscribe if you want to show some support for the channel. I'm so excited for the next steps. Peace.